A national sports hero was assassinated in cold blood, but the most chilling piece of evidence left behind was not the murder weapon. It was a diary his wife wrote specifically to drive him insane. This is the unsolved and incredibly twisted case of Syed Modi, an Indian badminton legend whose life was cut short in a story involving royalty, a secret love triangle, and some of the most toxic psychological manipulation you will ever hear about. Back in the 1980s, Syed Modi was the golden boy of Indian sports. Born as Mehdi Hassan into a modest family in Gorakhpur, he was an absolute underdog who fought his way to the top. He won the National Badminton Championship 8 times in a row. He was a symbol of hope, proving that a kid from a small town could become a superstar through sheer grit. During a tournament in Beijing, he met Amita Kulkarni, a player on the women's team. They fell hard for each other. Their families hated the match because of their different religious and social backgrounds, but they defied everyone and got married in 1984. To make the wedding happen, a powerful politician and royal family member named Sanjay Singh stepped in. He was a huge fan of Syed and actually offered his own royal palace in Amethi as the wedding venue. It seemed like a generous gesture from a wealthy fan, but it was actually the beginning of a nightmare. A few years into the marriage, things got dark. Amita had a baby, but Syed was consumed by a terrible suspicion. He did not believe the child was his. Instead of comforting him, Amita let him drown in his own paranoia. This is where the story turns into a psychological thriller. Investigators later uncovered Amita's personal diary. In it, she referred to her husband Syed as S1 and the royal politician Sanjay Singh as S2. The diary confirmed she was having a passionate, secret affair with Sanjay, but the creepiest part was how Amita used this diary. She knew Syed was secretly reading her entries. Instead of hiding the book, she weaponized it. She started writing incredibly harsh, gaslighting, and manipulative things about Syed, tearing down his self-esteem page by page. Right next to those entries, she would write sweet, yearning paragraphs about Sanjay and the expensive luxury gifts he was showering her with. Think about how twisted that is. She was actively using her diary to mentally torture her husband. It completely broke Syed. He became deeply depressed, borderline suicidal, and his legendary winning streak on the badminton court completely collapsed. When police later confronted Amita about the diary, her response was ice cold. She brushed it off, saying it was just the wild imagination of a bored housewife stuck at home, and claimed she would have burned it if she knew the cops would take it seriously. The psychological torment eventually escalated to physical violence. On the evening of July 28, 1988, Syed finished his practice at the stadium in Lucknow. He grabbed some tea at the canteen, said goodbye to his friends, and walked to his parked bike. Out of nowhere, a white car pulled up. 2 hitmen jumped out and shot the national champion at point-blank range, leaving him to die in a pool of his own blood. A 13-year-old boy witnessed the whole thing as the killers sped off. The assassination shocked the entire country. When the Central Bureau of Investigation took over, they pieced together the diary, the affair, and the massive political power protecting the suspects. Shortly after Syed was murdered, Sanjay divorced his own wife, making the police even more suspicious of the secret couple. Authorities arrested 5 people, alleging a massive murder conspiracy fueled by this bizarre love triangle. But justice in the real world rarely works like it does in the movies. Before the 2 actual shooters could even be presented in court, they were killed under highly suspicious circumstances. The getaway driver was convicted thanks to the young boy's testimony, but the people who allegedly ordered the hit walked completely free. The courts acquitted Sanjay Singh, citing a lack of conclusive evidence linking him directly to the hired guns. The aftermath is just as unsettling as the crime. In 1995, Amita married Sanjay Singh and moved right into that same royal palace where she and Syed had their wedding. Syed's daughter, who was just 2 months old when he was murdered, had her name changed to distance her from her biological father. Today, the powerful elite who wanted Syed Modi out of the picture have largely succeeded in erasing his legacy. A poor man who stepped onto the national stage and won was simply not something the upper class was ready to accept. While there is a badminton tournament named after him today, the man himself, his incredible talent, and the sinister plot that took his life remain buried in the shadows of a deeply broken system. Hit the like button if you enjoy the story. Please subscribe and drop a comment. I am your host, Emma, and stay a little spooked.